On the evening of August 12, 2021, 25-year-old Ruthie Maddox, a young and ambitious farmer from the rural town of Mill Creek, Indiana, vanished without a trace. She was last seen leaving the town's co-op around 6 p.m. after delivering fresh eggs and produce. Her truck was found at home. The porch light was still on. Her dinner was half-cooked on the stove. And Ruthie? She was gone. Ruthie wasn't your typical small-town farmer. She was young, spirited, and determined to rebuild her late parents' land into a sustainable farm. After inheriting the property at just 21, she turned the rundown acreage into a thriving small business. Locals loved her. She supplied produce to the farmers market, helped kids at the 4-H club, and even ran a blog about rural life. She had no known enemies, no boyfriend, no drama, or so everyone thought. But as investigators would soon discover, Ruthie's quiet life was hiding something dark, something even she was afraid to speak about. When Ruthie didn't show up for her early morning deliveries, friends immediately called the sheriff. Deputies arrived to find her truck parked, keys still in the ignition. Her phone was inside, dead. Her farmhouse was tidy, almost too tidy, but one thing stood out: a single muddy boot print on the back porch. The ground was dry that week, so where did it come from? Police initially suspected a random intruder, maybe someone passing through on nearby Highway 41. But the longer the case dragged on, the more investigators began to suspect this wasn't random at all. As detectives combed through Ruthie's life, odd patterns emerged. Her internet search history showed she'd been researching things like how to file a restraining order in Indiana. Can you record someone without consent? Sign someone is watching your house. Her best friend, Lacey Brewer, revealed that Ruthie had grown increasingly anxious in the past few weeks. She told me, "If anything happens to me, don't let them call it an accident." She was scared. Text records revealed dozens of unanswered calls from one name: Dean Maddox, Ruthie's uncle by marriage, her father's much younger half-brother. A man with a violent past. Dean Maddox, 49, was a drifter, in and out of rehab with multiple arrests for assault, harassment, and trespassing. After Ruthie's parents died, he showed up at the farm, claiming he just wanted to help. But Ruthie, wary of his temper and drinking, made him leave after just a few days. Still, he kept coming back, looking for money, a place to stay, or just to check in. Ruthie never let him inside again. When questioned by police, Dean claimed he hadn't seen Ruthie in months. But a gas station surveillance camera told a different story. The night Ruthie vanished, Dean was seen 8 miles away, barefoot, sweating, and buying duct tape and beer. Forensic teams later matched the muddy print on her porch to boots found in his car trunk, caked in soil from Ruthie's farm. 10 days after her disappearance, K9 units picked up a scent behind the old barn, near a compost pile Ruthie used to maintain. There, beneath 3 feet of loose dirt, police uncovered a shallow grave. Ruthie had been struck in the head with a blunt object and wrapped in a quilt made by her late mother. She had no defensive wounds. It was fast, personal, brutal. Dean Maddox was arrested that night. At trial, Dean admitted to confronting Ruthie over money. When she refused, he claimed he lost control. In truth, Ruthie had already reported his stalking to a local women's shelter, but never followed through, worried it would stir the pot. The jury convicted him of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life without parole. Ruthie's story shook Mill Creek to its core, not because evil had come from outside, but because it had been hiding within the family all along. Today, the Maddox farm is quiet. Ruthie's friends and community maintain her garden as a memorial. A plaque at the co-op reads, "In memory of Ruthie Maddox, young, brave, and never forgotten." Her case reminds us, even in the safest places, danger can grow in silence. And sometimes the monster doesn't break in. Sometimes he already has a key. If this story moved you, subscribe to Shadow Crime File for more gripping cases from the shadows of everyday life. True crime, real stories, no faces, just truth. And Ruthie, she was gone.